life, wisdom. Hello, my name's Erica. Welcome to part 3 of my Yoga for Weight Loss series. So I hope you brought some energy, and I hope you practiced with part 1 and 2, or maybe you're just a brave soul. So go ahead and favorite this video, come back to it as many times as you want. Let's get started right away. So come to the top of your mat, if you have one, otherwise practice on the floor, no biggie. Bring the balls of your feet to touch, and your heels are either touching or 1 inch apart. Start to get really straight and strong. Lift up on your kneecaps, activate your thighs, tuck your tailbone, send your tailbone straight down, close your lower ribs, open your chest, relax your palms, your arms down by your sides, palms facing forward. All right, take a big inhale, lift your shoulders towards your ears. Exhale, relax them back and down your spine, mountain pose. When you're ready, let's start with a couple sun salutations. Inhale, reach your arms out and up, touch your palms above your head, look up. Exhale, forward fold, relax everything. Keep a soft bend in your knees. And now all 10 fingertips on the ground. Inhale, half lift. And exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms and step both of your feet back to plank position. Top of a push-up. So your options for modification are dropping your knees. This is always open for you. Just make sure your hips stay in line with your shoulders. Don't let them pop up like that. It's not tabletop pose. All right, from here, with knees down or up, take one last inhale, be super strong. Exhale your way all the way down to your mat. Press the tops of your feet into the mat so much that your kneecaps lift up, and then inhale, roll your shoulders away from your spine, open your chest towards the front of the room, baby cobra. Squeeze a pencil or a water bottle between your shoulder blades. One more inhale, float the tops of your hands off the mat just for a second, and then exhale, release. Tuck your toes. On your next inhale, make your way back through knee plank or high plank, and exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a second here just to pedal your feet out. Reach your heels down towards the ground behind you. They don't have to touch, but eventually they might. Press the ground away with your hands, and remember, press into your knuckle mounds and your fingers as well as the heels of your hands. Spin your biceps forward and start to notice your shoulders getting broad, right? Keep your neck nice and long. When you're ready, bend your knees deeply, hover them a few inches above the mat, press the ground away with your hands, look forward, and travel all the way up to the top of your mat. Fingertips on the ground, half lift. Take a big breath in, send your head as far away from your tailbone as you can, and exhale, forward fold. On your inhale, reach your arms all the way out and up, touch your palms together above your head, maybe stretch back, say hello to this overhead camera, hello. Exhale, forward fold. Moving a little bit faster, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms and either step to plank or hop right to chaturanga. Take an inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. In upward facing dog, the only things on the ground are the tops of your feet and your hands. Last inhale here, push your chest forward, roll your shoulders away from you, be proud. Exhale, downward facing dog. Sit your hips up towards the ceiling, reach your chest towards your thighs, really press strong into the ground with your hands and your feet. And now hover your knees 3 inches above the mat, look forward, take a big breath in, and exhale, jump all the way up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, fold. Taking it into sun salutation B. Make sure the balls of your feet are touching. And now from here, squeeze your knees together, squat your hips low, and inhale, chair pose. So we're gonna hold here for a couple breaths. Everyone's favorite pose. The other name for this pose is fierce pose. So it's like being a fierce warrior, right? Or you can just act like you're celebrating something and reach your arms as far up as you can. Tuck your tailbone in, flatten your back, close your lower ribs, reach your chest open, make sure you can see some toes in front of your knees. Take your weight back more towards your heels and sit lower. Challenge yourself. You're working the largest muscle group of your body, your thighs, so they can handle it. Take one more inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your palms, make your way through your vinyasa, so that's all the way down. or chaturanga. Inhale into cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg behind you. Keep your hips square. Flex your right toes towards your face. And now exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Fingertips in line with your toes. Spin your back foot down 45 degrees. When you're ready, inhale up, warrior one. So just talking about alignment here for a second. Draw your right hip back, your left hip forward. Sit low into your lunge. Close your ribs like always. Reach up with your hands, spin your pinkies towards each other so that your biceps come alongside your ears. Take one more inhale, sit an inch lower. Exhale, plant your hands around your right foot. Make your way back to plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, lower all the way down or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale into downward facing dog. Next, inhale lifts your left leg back behind you. Keep your left toes flexing towards your face. And then exhale, step your left foot between your hands. Fingertips in line with your toes. Spin your back foot down 45 degrees. Inhale up, warrior one on the other side. And right away, draw back on that left hip. Square off your hips towards the front of the room. If you need to come out of your lunge a little bit, that's okay. Otherwise, sit lower. Reach your arms up. Palms face the back of the room. Take one more big breath in, stretch. Exhale, plant your hands around your left foot. Step it back to plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga or all the way down to the ground. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Bend your knees, look forwards, and come all the way up to the top of your mat. Inhale, bend your knees halfway, lift, long spine, pull your heart forward. Exhale, fold, relax your head. Bend your knees, squat your hips low, take an inhale, reach your arms up, chair pose, you're only here for one breath in. And exhale, stand, release your hands to the center of your chest, prayer, namaste. So press your sternum into your thumbnails, make a straight line between your forearms, and squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you. Tuck your tailbone in, lift up on your kneecaps, and let's move on. When you're ready, inhale, reach your arms all the way up and out, touch your palms together above your head, stretch back an inch or two or 4 or 5. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift, hands on the ground, knees as bent as you need them to be. Exhale, fold, plant your palms, and vinyasa. So that's plank or chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. And downward facing dog. Here we go. Inhale, your right leg back and high behind you. Exhale, round your spine, tap your knee to your nose, squeeze your core, try to make contact between knee and nose. Inhale, right leg back and high. Exhale, tap your right knee to your nose again, make contact, round your spine. Inhale, right leg back and high last time. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Keep all 10 of your toes facing the front of the room, and then inhale up, high crescent lunge. This is a very powerful pose. Eventually you're working towards your right thigh being parallel to the mat, so sit down low. At the same time, reach your left hip forward and try to straighten your left leg. If that's not happening, that's okay. You can watch this video as many times as it takes to eventually get your legs straight, right? So press into the ball of your front foot to help you with balance. Reach your arms as straight up as they'll go, and then try to get the top of your head as far away from your tailbone as possible. So think really long spine. Take one more inhale here, and then exhale, bring your hands to prayer. You're still in a low lunge. All right, inhale, prepare. And exhale, twist your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. So this is twisting lunge. From here, press your hands into each other. Try to make a straight line between your elbows and spin your chest towards the right side of the room. Remember to keep that back leg super straight and strong. You have one more inhale. Exhale, bring it back to center, hands to prayer. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up and out. Your right thigh is probably starting to get a little tired. Exhale, plant your hands on either side of your right foot. Step it back to plank pose and move through your vinyasa. So exhale, lower into chaturanga or all the way down. Inhale into cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, hips lead you up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Open your mouth and take a big bite of air to release your jaw. And then when you're ready, inhale your left leg back and high behind you. Keep your hips square. Exhale, round your spine. Tap your knee to your nose. Actually, try to make some contact. Inhale, left leg back and high behind you. Press the ground away. Exhale, left knee to nose. Hold. Round your spine a lot. Inhale, last time, left leg back and high. Exhale, step it through between your hands, low lunge. Make sure you're really strong and straight. Left knee over your left ankle, and then inhale, high crescent lunge. And here we go. So one side might feel different than the other. You might feel a little more open or a little more tired on one side. It's fine. I mean, as I said in the last video, yoga attempts to balance those things out. So just keep doing it. Just keep working with it. Press down into the ball of your left foot, and then draw your right hip forward at the same time that you try to straighten your right leg. Reach your arms up towards the sky, biceps around your ears, at the same time shoulders down away from your ears. So super long neck. One more inhale. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer in the center of your chest. Press your hands together, take an inhale, get really long. Exhale, right elbow to the outside of your left knee. So again, press your hands into each other to try to spin your chest more towards the left side. Of course, don't force anything. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Maybe take your gaze up towards the ceiling. Let's see if I can find that camera. Yes, there it is. All right, keep your back leg super straight and strong. One more inhale to stay here. And then exhale, bring it back to prayer, to the center. Inhale your arms up, last chance. Exhale, plant your hands on either side of your left foot. Step your left foot back to meet your right and move through your vinyasa. So exhaling into chaturanga, inhaling into upward facing dog or cobra, and exhaling into downward facing dog. Spin your biceps forward, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Moving on. Inhale your right leg back and high behind you. Exhale, step it right between your hands, low lunge. Speeding things up a little bit, inhale, high crescent lunge. Exhale, hands to prayer. Okay, we've got a standing balance pose coming up. So start to get a little buoyancy, a little mobility in your hips. Take an inhale to prepare. And on your exhale, you're gonna stand all the way up on your right leg, reaching your left leg behind you, warrior three. Hopefully you'll balance. Hopefully I'll balance. But either way, if you start to fall out, it just means you're challenging yourself. So be patient and thank yourself for giving yourself this challenge. So if you're in this pose, the most important thing is to get your head away from your tailbone. So think long spine, and then your lifted leg is straight. That doesn't mean that it's parallel to the ground, although eventually it will be. So if you're like this, that's fine. Just think about a straight line. Point or flex your feet, your lifted foot towards the back of the room. Stand strong into your right leg. Grip the ground with your foot, but not so much that it creates pain or tension. Take your shoulders away from your ears. And then when you're ready, take your arms out to the sides like airplane wings. Hug your arm muscles to your arm bones. Really activate everything. You've got one more breath here. And now exhale, release your hands, keep your left leg up, standing splits. So again here, the most important thing is to keep your lifted leg straight. It's not the goal to get it as high up as possible. So try to keep your hips square. Keep a soft bend in your right standing leg, and then relax your face towards your right shin. For a deeper stretch, move your hands back towards your standing leg, and really try to find some length between your right hip and your right armpit. Take one more inhale, lengthen your heart forward, long spine. Exhale, forward fold. Put your left foot down next to your right, relax your head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant your palms, move through your vinyasa. Exhale down to chaturanga or the ground. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale into downward facing dog. So take a second to notice the difference between the two sides. One leg is probably a little more tired than the other. Let's go ahead and fix that. So inhale your left leg back and high behind you. Keep your hips square. Exhale, left foot between your hands, low lunge. Next inhale brings you all the way up into high crescent lunge. And exhale your hands to prayer in the center of your chest. Okay, and here we go. Find a place to focus your gaze, probably about 1.5 feet in front of your left foot. Get a little bit of movement in your hips. Take a big inhale, prepare. And here we go. Exhale, warrior 3. So work towards straightening both of your legs before you work towards bringing your lifted leg, your right leg, all the way up. Think about reaching your heart forward. Draw your shoulder blades together behind your spine. Keep a soft bend in your standing leg. And then drop your right hip a little bit so it's even with your left. Try to keep both sides of your rib cage long. Try to keep your neck long, no wrinkles in the back of your neck. And then from here, when you're ready, reach your arms out to the side, the right and left like airplane wings, palms facing down, but no lazy hand, right? So you want strong fingers, strong arms, flex every muscle that you can, except for the one in your face, or the ones in your face. Relax your face, maybe even smile a little bit. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale, hands down, rest your head, standing splits. Right leg is still lifting. Again, keep that soft bend in your standing leg. Try to find some length between your left hip and your left armpit. Walk your hands back towards your left foot. Relax your face, look at the back of your mat. Keep your right leg straight and keep your hips square. We have one more inhale here. Lengthen your heart forward. And then exhale, fold. Put your right foot down, back next to your left. Forward fold, relax everything. Inhale, half lift. Pull out all the kinks. Exhale, fold. On your next inhale, reach your arms all the way out and up. Stretch your body up, look up at the ceiling. And then exhale your hands to prayer, namaste. So find yourself back in your mountain pose. Relax your breath. We're gonna play with dancing Shiva. So make sure your weight is evenly distributed in both of your feet. Now bring your hands to your hips and lift your left leg up. So left thigh parallel to the ground, flex your left toes towards your face. And then you can stay here and work on your balance, or if you want more, take your right hand and bring it to the outer edge of your left knee. Okay. Start to shift your chest, your torso over to the left side of the room. Keep your standing leg as straight as you can and stay here, or if you're feeling comfortable, reach your right arm, left arm towards the back of the room. I always do that. Thumb facing up, shoulders away from your ears, and try not to lean too far forward or back when you do this. So here's your dancing Shiva modification. If you're feeling fancy and you want to go further, lean down, grab the outer edge of your left foot with your right hand, and extend your leg towards the front of the room. So think about the sole of your foot reaching forward, press through the ball of your left foot. At the same time, reach your left arm back. So you're really twisting here. Open your chest, both sides of your rib cage towards the left side of the room. And breathe. You've got 2 more breaths wherever you are. Remember, this pose, there's a lot of stages to this pose, so you don't have to take the full expression. Last inhale here. And then exhale, gently release your foot or your knee. Bring your hands back to prayer and set your left foot down. Easy peasy. Go ahead and give your knees a little shake before we move to the other side. When you're ready, hands on your hips, lift your right leg up. So right thigh parallel to the ground, right toes flexing towards your face. Stay here, work on balance. Make sure to drop your right hip even with your left so it doesn't hike up. Sometimes that tends to happen. All right, if you want more, bring your left hand to the outer edge of your right knee and then stay here, or start to shift your chest and your heart towards the right side of the room. Keep a strong standing leg with a little micro bend so it's not locked out. And then from here, extend your right arm back, thumb facing up,
Keep your shoulders down, don't let them creep up towards your ears, and stay here. If you want more, lean a little bit forward, grab the outer edge of your right foot with your left hand, and extend your right leg all the way forward towards the front of the room. So press through the ball again, through that right foot, and then try to see where you can relax. So keep your shoulders over your hips, spin your chest even further towards the right side of the room. You have 2 more breaths here. Last inhale. And then on your exhale, gently retrace your steps, bend back into your knee, come to face the front of the room and set your right foot down. Take a big inhale, reach your arms all the way out and up. Last time. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. From here, we're going to move down to the ground and take a couple of stretches. So just bend your knees, squat your hips low until you eventually come to sit all the way down on your mat. Keep the soles of your feet on your mat about hips width distance, so that's about 6 inches more or less. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. And then exhale, roll down gently the length of your spine till you're lying on your back. So keep your knees bent here. We're going to take bridge pose. Bring your heels a little bit closer to your hips. Maybe you can reach down with your arms and graze the backs of your heels. Make sure your feet are parallel so your toes are not turning out or in. And then make sure your knees are tracking over your toes. The back of your head is on the mat. There's a little bit of space between your neck and the mat, so you're not crunching anything. And then when you're ready, just inhale and lift your hips up for bridge pose. Now stay here, press into your heels and the balls of your feet. Squeeze your knees slightly together so that they don't start to open out towards the side, and then send your tailbone towards your knees, so you're lengthening your lower back. If you want more, interlace your hands under you, press the pinky side edge down, and then move the flesh of your shoulders a little bit underneath you to push your heart towards the back of the room. If you do this, make sure that you don't look from side to side, so you want to keep your neck free of any tweaks, and then keep some space between your chin and your chest. Reach your hips a little higher for 2 more breaths. Squeeze your knees towards each other, press down into your hands to lift your heart higher. Last inhale. And then exhale, gently release your hands first, and then roll down 1 vertebra at a time. Keep your knees bent, cross your right leg over your left, like a fancy lady. Bump your hips a little over to the right, bring your arms out like cactus arms or wings, whatever your space permits, and then just gently let your knees fall to the left. Have your gaze go to the right so that your whole spine is twisting. If you need more, you can bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee and gently push it down. But wherever you are, just breathe. Twists are incredibly beneficial for the spine. They're really detoxifying. And then inhale, come back to center. Plant both feet on the ground, and we're just going to switch sides. So cross your left knee over your right, like a fancy lady again. Bump your hips slightly to the left, and then just relax them down to the right. Eventually, both of your shoulders will relax onto the mat. Doesn't have to happen right now. And then if you want more, bring your right hand to the outer edge of your left knee, and then just look to the left and relax. If you want to learn more about detoxifying poses, look for my next video, which is going to be yoga for detox, focusing on twisting and wringing out all of that toxic stuff that we keep in our bodies. And when you're ready, come back to center. Release the cross of your legs, hug your knees into your chest, compress everything Grab opposite elbows if you can, otherwise just hug firmly. Draw your eyeballs towards your kneecaps. Take a big breath in, tense every muscle in your body. And exhale, lie all the way down flat for Shavasana. Final resting pose. Let your feet fall open to the sides and let your palms face the ceiling, helping your hips and your shoulders to release. Relax your face and let your breathing be soft and easy. Stay here as long as you want, as long as your time permits. And when you're ready, start to deepen your breath. And gently roll over to one side to a fetal position. Take a few seconds to rest here. And then slowly work yourself up into a comfortable seat. Try to keep your eyes closed, keep your focus inward. Bring your hands to your knees with your palms facing up. Relax your shoulders down. Take a big inhale. And exhale, hands to prayer. Drop your chin to your chest. Thank yourself and your body for the challenges that you present and that you take so bravely. Namaste. All right, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to favorite this video, come back as many times as you want, subscribe to Psyche Truth, and most importantly, please let me know what your favorite post-workout snack is. Personally, I like chocolate chip cookies, but I try to stay away from them as much as I can. All right, thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.